What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another Daily Deck Tech video, and again today we have ourselves another viewer request. Now, for these viewer requests, I still have a lot of them left. I'm going to put a screenshot here of the post I made yesterday showing the rough timeline, so that those of you who did make a request, you can see that they're coming. If you want to see your commander made into a deck tech, drop it in the comments down here below. If you want to drop it in the comment section of that community post I made, go right ahead. I love doing viewer requests because a lot of times you learn about commanders that you didn't know existed. For example, today's commander, perfect segue, right? Syrix, Carrier of the Flame, a card I had never heard of at all. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Didn't know. It is a 3/3 for 2 generic, 1 black, 1 red, and it is a flying and hasty Pheonix. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature card left your graveyard this turn, target Pheonix you control deals damage equal to its power to any target, and whenever another Pheonix you control dies, you may cast Syrix, Carrier of the Flame, from your graveyard. So this is a commander that doesn't mind going to the graveyard rather than the command zone. And the viewer requested a Pheonix typal deck. So we're going to play a bunch of Pheonixes in here. Some of these Pheonixes are better than others. And we are going to notice that despite that this commander is a Rakdos colored commander, there are not very many Rakdos-y Pheonixes. One might say that this might be the only one. All the rest are mono red. So this deck is going to skew heavily towards red with its creatures. And then we try to balance some black and stuff in there for removal and things like that. But let's get into it, shall we? We have 2 Planeswalkers. We have Chandra, Torch of Defiance. She's here to add double red, which is +1. She's a 4 loyalty. And you can also exile the top card of your library. You can cast it this turn. If you don't, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. You can -3 her to deal 4 damage to target creature, or you can -7, which gives you an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to any target, which is pretty cool. If you can get her to 7, then it's going to be fun when you play your Phoenixes, etc. Then we have Koth, Fire of Resistance. He's in here to help get us our lands, right? So he's a 4 loyalty Planeswalker for 4. He +2s to search your library for a basic mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. It's ramp in red, friends. And then -3, he deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control, so removal. And then -7, you get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. He is actually probably easier to get to 7. You're only going to have to +2 him twice, and then you can -7 him. And it's going to be great because you're going to have all these Phoenixes in play that can block and then come back from the dead. All right, our creatures. Time to get in here. As you can see, there's an endless sea of red. Red everywhere. Some of these are classics that I've heard of. Some of these are not. But let's take a look. So we have, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of these pronunciations. This goes back to the words that you've read and you think you know how to pronounce until you actually pronounce them. We have Akum, Firebird. It's a 3/3 for 4. Flying, haste, it attacks each turn if able. So you're going to fly in for a little 3/3. Flying is actually still a very good evasive combat keyword in Magic. A lot of people don't run flying creatures unless they're running some sort of typal. A lot of incidental powerful creatures don't fly. And if they do, there's some sort of utility creature that they don't want to die. And then landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 6. If you do, return Akum Firebird from your graveyard to the battlefield. So once it dies, when you're at 6+ and you don't have something better to do with your time, if you landfall, you can return this to the battlefield and start swinging away, Meryl. We have Archpriest of the Shadows, a human warlock. 4/4 for 5. It has backup, so when this creature enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability until end of turn: Death Touch. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So what you want to do is you put this into play. As long as you can get one of your birdies in, right? Like if one of your birdies is sitting out here, you put this on there, you swing with your birdie, you connect, you bring back another bird. So many birds. Bird is the word. Mau mau. We have Bloodfeather Pheonix, 2/2 for 2. It flies. It can't block. You don't. And whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage to an opponent or battle, you may pay 1. If you do, return Bloodfeather Pheonix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. We do have a few spells that will do that. We have Chainer, Nightmare Adept. This card is absolutely a house in this deck, and I'm going to tell you why. He's a 3/2 for 4. And so you can discard a card, and you can cast a creature spell from your graveyard this turn. Activate only once each turn. So this is pretty cool. So pretty much every Pheonix in the game relies on going to the graveyard and then something coming back. So you're going to pitch a Pheonix to cast a Pheonix, and you can do this a whole bunch, right? And then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste until end of turn. So pitching a card to cast one of your Pheonix from your graveyard is really strong because it's going to gain haste and swing in there. We have Firewing Pheonix, flying, and then you can pay 4 to return it from your graveyard to your hand. It's a 4/2. It's very red. Holy cow, it's very, very red. Flamewake Pheonix, 2/2 for 3, flying haste. This creature attacks each combat if able. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control a creature of power 4 or greater, you can pay red. If you do, return this card to the from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We have Flame Wreathed Pheonix. Flying, tribute 2, 3/3 for 4. And whenever Flame Wreathed Pheonix enters the battlefield, if the tribute wasn't paid, it gains haste and and when this creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. So tribute 2 is, as it enters, any opponent can choose to pay the tribute, which is put 2 1/1 counters on it. So if they do, then you don't get that second ability. If they don't, then, you know, it enters with haste, and when this creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. We have Flayer of the Hatebound Undying, and when it or another creature enters the battlefield from your graveyard, that creature deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's a pretty strong ability, especially since he has Undying, so he'll come back with a counter on him. Fun times there. And then, you know, all of that fun stuff. We have Immortal Pheonix, flying, and when Immortal Pheonix dies, return it to its owner's hand. We have Kadoltha Pheonix, flying in haste, and return Kadoltha Pheonix from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this only during your upkeep, and only if you control terrain or artifacts. We have quite a few artifacts in this deck, because there are not that many Phoenixes. Gotta fill in some stuff somewhere. I also really, really, really like the art on this. Kind of invokes images of Rodan from the Monsterverse Rodan. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, for me. Lightning Pheonix, flying, haste, can't block. So, noticing a theme. A bunch of these are little birds, like little 3/3s, 2/2s, etc. They have haste, they can't block, and there's always a way to bring them back, right? At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent was dealt 3 or more damage this turn, you can pay a red. If you do, guess who gets to come back? This little parakeet right here. Magma Pheonix, all the way from M11. I have one of these, or probably several, sitting in my bulk somewhere. Flying, and when Magma Pheonix is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to each creature and each player. Not bad. And then you can pay 5 to just return it from your graveyard to your hand. So this one doesn't come right back to the graveyard, but it does go back to your hand. We have Nemesis Pheonix, which has a beautiful art on it. I actually really like the stylistic nature of this art here. Flying 4/2. And you can pay 3 to return it from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Activate only during the declare attacker step, and only if you're attacking 2 or more opponents. So if you send 1 burb at one person, 1 burb at another person, and you can get in there. Pitiless Plunder. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a treasure token. We are going to rely on our Phoenixes probably not living very long. They're just going to get out there, they're going to attack, they're going to come back, they're going to die, they're going to come back, they're going to die, and that can get us some treasures. We have Pyreswipe Hawk, which is also another beautiful art. The Bloomburrow art was incredibly beautiful. But it's flying haste. Whenever it attacks, it gets plus X+O until end of turn, where X is the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Again, we have quite a few artifacts. And whenever you expend 6, which is you expend as you spend your 6th total mana to cast spells during a turn, Gain control of up to one target artifact for as long as you control Pyreswipe Hawk. So, you know, you cast one of your Chungus Immortal Pheonix here, and you get to take somebody's artifact, and then it's a happy, fun time from somebody. Rekindling Pheonix. Again, an absolutely beautiful art. Flying for 3. When Rekindling Pheonix dies, create a 0/1 elemental creature token with, at the beginning of your next upkeep, sacrifice this creature, return target card named Rekindling Pheonix from your graveyard to the battlefield, it gains haste. So it turns into an egg, and then it comes back, and then, you know, it swings in. And it's a 4/3 for 4. Pretty good. Also, Pheonix are a great example of watching power creep throughout history. So, like, some of these older ones, this is a 5-drop for a 3/3. This one just does it automatically. You're watching real-time power creep. Shard Pheonix. I used to play this in a kitchen table deck. I did. It was a fun time, friends. Flying, sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to each creature without flying, which is pretty nice when, like, 90% of our creatures in this deck fly. And then you play triple red to return it from your graveyard to your hand. Play this ability only during your upkeep. So it does have a sacrifice pyroclasm effect on it. We have Skargan Firebird, Bloodthirst, Flying, return Skargan from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if an opponent was dealt damage this turn. I also used to play this in one of my mono red commander decks back in the day. I had a Bloodthirst style deck. Skyfire Pheonix, Flying Haste, beautiful art, 3/3. When you cast your commander, return Skyfire Pheonix from your graveyard to the battlefield. So there you go. That is a great way to get that one back. Soulfin. So, if a sorcery you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent, or permanent opponent controls, deals double that damage instead. So, like, it goes with Sharding Pheonix, it goes with this Pheonix, and it goes with our commander, because then it deals non-combat damage equal to power, so double. Species Specialist, as it enters, name a creature type. Whenever a creature of the chosen type dies, draw a card, name Pheonix, obviously. We have Sunstreak Pheonix, which looks like a crane or an egret, or not egret, right? Maybe egret. I don't quite recall what egrets look like. But this is the one controversial Pheonix I put in here, and it is because it deals with everyone's favorite mechanic in Magic the Gathering, and that is night and day. It flies. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as the Sunstreak Pheonix enters the battlefield. And whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you can pay 2. And if you do, return Sunstreak Pheonix from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. We have Torian Muller in here, who's our little cheat Pheonix here. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you can put a 1/1 counter on it. It is a Pheonix, technically. And then we have Tormod. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token. He's in here to get us utility as we bring our Pheonix back. I will say this deck is incredibly vulnerable to graveyard hate, but not very many people play that much graveyard hate in Commander still. Sorceries, we're running Blast Act. We get our stuff back, so it doesn't. We don't mind nuking the board. We have Dreadbore, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Faithful Suiting, draw 2, discard 2. You can discard some Pheonix, get them back. Sign in Blood, target player draws 2, loses 2. Victimize, choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard, sacrifice a creature. If you do, return those cards to those creature cards to the battlefield tapped. Instance, we have 11. We've got Terminate in here for some removal. Bedevil, Chaos Warp. Those are some removal package. And we have a whole bunch of draw effects, right? We have Corrupted Conviction. Sack one of your Phoenixes or one of those little zombie tokens to draw 2 cards. Deadly Dispute. Sack an artifact or creature. Draw 2. Create a treasure token. We have Kolga's Command, or Kolgan's Command. Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card, destroy an artifact, or it deals 2 damage to any target. We have Magma Quake, which deals X damage to each creature without flying and each planeswalker. You could also throw Earthquake in here. Pyretic Rebirth. Return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Pyretic Rebirth deals damage equal to that card's mana value to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. This card's pretty good for 4, not going to lie. Need to dig some of these out of my Modern Horizons 3. Real Possibility, discard a card, draw 2. Unexpected Windfall, discard a card, draw 2, gain 2 treasures. Now, for our artifacts. We have ourselves Arcane Signet. for a mana rock, Soul Ring for a mana rock, Talisman, Ruby Medallion, Rakdos Signet. I did throw these in here, mana rocks in here, because some of these Pheonix cost quite a bit of mana, so getting them out there faster is just fine. I did throw the Soul Stone in here as another way to just get back our Pheonixes more efficiently than having to pay a bunch of mana for them. Hazoret's Monument is in here. It synergizes with the discard. We do have Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots to protect our stuff. We have Skull Clamp. Since our Pheonixes are going to die, just equip them with a Skull Clamp to draw you some cards. We have Chronicle of Victory. Choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type get +2/+2 first strike and trample. This does help your birds get a little bigger. And whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. Desecrated Tomb. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, you get to create a 1/1 bat. This also goes well with the Skull Clamp. We have Door of Destinies. As it enters, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, put a charge counter on it. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on Door of Destinies. Then we have ourselves Whip of Erebos, giving your creatures lifelink. This helps you stabilize your life since you have little dudes. And Vanquisher's Banner. When it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1. And whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, draw a card. Enchantments. We are running Collective Inferno. As this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Double all damage that a source you control of the chosen type would deal. So, Pheonix, obviously. We have Tortured Existence, which is silly. This card goes well with... what's the Esper guy? Like Hakun or Hakan or something like that. But it's a 1 enchantment. Black, choose and discard a creature card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So you can swap out cards as you will. And then Warstorm Surge. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. This would also get doubled by Sulfin. It's a strong card. And then our lands. We are running only 7 swamps as compared to 15 mountains. And that is straight up because of the amount of red pips that we need for our Phoenixes and the lack of black cards overall in the deck. So to get most of our black pips, we are running dual type lands, right? But yeah, that is the build. Now let's hippity skippity on over to playtesting, shall we? Bum ba da bum. Let's zoom in. Oh, there we go. We have ourselves a 4 land hand. Let's see how it goes, shall we? We will draw. A card was drawn. You have 8 cards in hand. Okie dokie. We play a Grave Cairns. We'll take our next turn. This is not the fastest deck in the world. I'm going to let you know that right now. We're going to draw, and we're going to drop a swamp, right? And so we're going to do this. 3. We're going to play Lightning Pheonix. He can't block. He's going to attack. Caca. Actions. Next turn. Let's go ahead. We're going to tap for red. Return this to our hand. Red. And then we'll tap for that and that. And we're just going to say that somebody has like a soul ring or something out there. So we're going to pop their soul ring. And then, of course, Bird's going to get in. Next turn. So now we have a little bit more available. We drop this. We have this big guy here. We're going to go ahead and drop our Syrix. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flying Haste. Swing in our Burbs. And, of course, at the beginning of it, each end step, if a creature card left your graveyard this turn, which did not happen, and whenever a Pheonix you control dies, you may cast Syrix from your graveyard. Not worrying about that right now. And then next turn, we drop ourselves a mountain. And, you know, we've got ourselves this 4/2 Pheonix that we can play. A 3/3 Pheonix we can play. We'll go ahead and we'll drop this 4/2. This is the Night Day Pheonix. Wow. Alright, let's look at one more hand, shall we? This is a 2-lander, but we can still play it. We take our turn. We're going to drop a swamp. We're going to drop Skull Clamp. Next turn, drop a mountain. We don't have anything really to do. Next turn, drop ourselves another mountain. we can just chill, and hopefully we draw another land. We did. Look at that. But it enters tapped, which is unfortunate. Next turn, we're going to play Shadowball Ridge. We're going to just play our commander. 4, 3, 4, and we're going to equip Skull Clamp to her. And then you'll proceed through there. You can play your Chandra, your Akum, etc. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. I'll be back tomorrow doing a whole bunch more of these viewer requests. I hope you all have a wonderful day.